Right. Shall we?
It's clearly a tough situation. The most exposed airlines are the low-cost carriers. Frontier, about 50% of capacity goes into the Florida market, believe it or not. So that's one I would keep an eye out on, as well as Spirit Airlines. So the network carriers, American, Delta, United, they have about 5% of ASMs into the Florida market, so much more diversified. Delta was asked this morning what their profit impact would be. It's too early to call, depending on how long the cancellation is.
Another day, another dollar. Time to go home and see the squiblets.
Well, it's interesting. I do fully appreciate that it's.
Let's hope the traffic isn't as bad tonight as it has been the last few nights. It's been murders.
Kind of go behind your thinking there after that analysis. It's hard to tell. For the network carriers, it's actually not being.
Let's go.
First half capacity grew 6 to 7% year over year. We're seeing the exit rate for the end of the year at 1 to 2%.
It's getting dark so quickly now. It's very autumnal. Speed camera. What's your P's and Q's, sir? Oh, that sun's vicious coming through them trees. Whoa. It's like being at a Prodigy gig. So bright. It burns. Been a tiring day. Whew. I normally use Google Maps, but it's let me down on about 3 occasions recently. It keeps taking me down bloody roads with loads of traffic on it. It's a freaking nightmare. It took me about 40 minutes to go home last night on their bloody recommendation. Drove around the corner, whack, straight into the bloody queue the size of the Great Wall of China. Anyway. So I've discounted it for the time being. I'm just doing my own thing. Oh. Oh, it's the worst thing, isn't it? You know, when someone has to turn right round on a roundabout, no one ever sees it coming, do they? It just queues everyone up. So far, so good. It's smooth. This car in front of me, it's got one of them wheel spacers where it's obviously had a flat on the rear left. They look ridiculous, don't they? It's like putting a unicycle wheel on a monster truck. It never looks right, does it? So you can only do a top speed of 50. I'm listening to a bit of Bloomberg radio because it reminds me of all the sound effects and links within Anchorman. It's like being back in the 70s. Do you ever get that thing when you're in a car and you're running parallel with a train line and you think if you had an open bit of road you could put your foot down and maybe match it for a little bit? I never really know actually how fast normal trains go. Not the bullet trains or the Eurostar trains, just your normal one. Do they like do 130 or do they top out like 70? I never know. But I've always wondered winning a race. I'm not going to try it because it'd be dangerous. But I'm curious. Oh.
Has been set and it granted its first license to win. And
saying in Saudi Arabia you can get a gambling license now, but you can still get arrested for gambling. How's that work? That's cosmic. Don't know how that works. I really dislike those people that are constantly on their brakes all the time. Like there's no reason to. Just back off the accelerator a little bit. It's like flipping all the time with their brake lighters. Makes you really uncomfortable. It's a bit nerve-wracking. Because you're thinking, what is their problem? So bored of road closures. Where I live at the moment, there is about 3 roads that are critical to my route that's closed, so I have to keep bypassing them. But I never get it because there's all these like cones and lights up. There's actually no workmen there. So where have they gone? They just not bothered turning up today, but they've still shut the road down. I just don't understand it. It's just so time consuming. Beautiful bit of sky tonight. Looks lovely. It's because the sun sets so early now. Makes everything, I don't know, looks a bit ethereal, you know? Very cool. Do you know what I find? I'm going down some back lanes at the moment. When I'm in back lanes, I always just think, you know, I love the thing that it's a bit like a rally driver. I'd love to just be going across, going right, over crest, left, down, into left, don't cut, right. Yeah, a bit Colin McRae rally. I just love the whole kind of being enclosed in a lane and like being able to throw it into bends and stuff like that. I suppose it only works if you can afford a Subaru Impreza or a Mitsubishi Lancer. No such luck here. It's funny, this morning there was a guy in front of me who's driving a BMW X3. He was having the time of his life. Because it was wet, he made sure he hit every single puddle on the way to obviously where he was going to work. Every puddle he hit without fail, even if it meant rearranging his axles. He was having a fabulous time. And I thought, fair play to you, as I swerved numerous piles. Well, I thought I was doing well then, but I've hit a bit of traffic. What's that all about? Oh. Lordy. This is a joke at the moment. Oh, pick the bones out of that hole. I've been swallowed up then. It's like I was going down a hose pipe. Worst thing was I was a sacrificial lamb there, because as soon as I went down it, the car behind me was like, "Oh, I'm not having none of that." They dodged it. More fool me, eh? Well, you don't like them sort of xenon lights. Like, even though I've got one of those things that like keeps the lights down to a minimum. When you catch it in a wing mirror, it's like freaking someone sticking a laser in your eye. It's ridiculous. Why is it so slow? Oh my god. So moody. It's always worse on the way home, innit? Because you just want to get home.
Yes, to the extent that there was never any doubt that the reason that the US has a net investment deficit of $23 trillion.
I just don't get what the queue is. There's no lights here.
As rates fell, as the economy slowed,
Mad.
the case for hedging the funds of that was and then this conversation again, nowhere else to go. So that much oh yes, very slowly.
Just driven past the pub that's taking Christmas bookings. Are we there already? Come then, right, over crest. Where are we? Oh. Nippy. Come on in. Off we go again. I think I'm basically going to have to go through the back ways today because there's just too much traffic on the road the way I'm going. Just about to get taken out by a bus that's coming down yet another ill-informed bus route where the road's hardly wide enough to take it. Bus drivers don't mess about either, do they? It's like they hold back. Sometimes they drive a little bit erratically, to say the least. Oh, DPD dude, what are you doing, man? Hanging in the road? Whoa. Fair dude. Drive one of those electric vans. Oh. Bumpety bump. I think that pothole's done a little bit of damage to my motor. I put it a little bit to the left. Cheers, fit dude. I always wonder how much money there is in it being a courier. Is it good money? Because there's a lot of couriers about now, so that must pay okay. Always fancied a bit of that. And the old white van, copy of the sun down the front of the dash. coffee cup in the old cup holder, driver's tan, right hand out the window, just zooming around all day, dropping parcels off to people. I suppose it's fine till you get the inevitable customer that buys a fucking weights bench with the dumbbells that you have to deliver. I suppose that's not particularly fun. I remember doing that once when I was younger. I went to Argos and I was trying to go on a fitness kick when I was young, and I went, I know what I do, I'll go and get myself some dumbbells, and I did like a click and collect thing, and I parked my car. I was like, I won't be that heavy, will it? And bugger me, when I picked those bloody things up, I had to carry them about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 mile back to my car. By the time I got back, literally my knuckles were dragging on the floor. It was an absolute shocking decision. So that's the thing. I mean, if you're ever going to go and buy a set of weights, make sure you can park the car right near the door, otherwise you'll regret it like I did. Absolutely sucked. Now, right, I've got a Suzuki Alto in front of me that's driving at 20 and a 30. That's very frustrating. More potholes. Why do people keep wearing Benny hats with a hood over the top of them? Is it not enough just to have the hat on when it's not raining? Why do you need the bloody hood up? Especially when you're riding a bike, is that not lethal? The other thing as well I noticed, have you ever seen cyclists and they're riding along, or people jogging along the road with headphones in? Why would you do that? I can't think of anything worse. It's got to be the most dangerous thing, and especially if they're jogging away from the following traffic, so they can't hear when a car comes up behind them. I mean, how is that not illegal? Surely you're not allowed to be wearing headphones when you're cycling on a bike. Is that not really dangerous? Got a frog in my throat. Going into country lanes now. This can be a bit sketch, especially if they're still moist from the previous day's rain. First of all, got to torture myself by driving past Simmons and looking in the window, having a bit of pasty. Basis points cut move. Going right or left? Thank you. Don't need an indicator, do you? Who needs an indicator? What's the point? Indicators. You just said it on Bloomberg. Indicators. Awesome. Indicators. Anyway, we're into the lanes. Here we go. Oh. Right over crest. Left, don't cut. Hairpin right. Left. Oh, there's some big holes down here. Oh. Now, it's like driving on a constant rumble strip. Trees are looking good though. They're a very nice purple hue. Ooh. That's out of a horror movie, isn't it? And that's before it got dark. Is that flashing in the road? It's a puddle. Bit of moisture. Oh, this hasn't been that bad so far. I came down here this morning and I was tailing a tractor the whole way, and that was difficult. Any more traffic? No. Johnny D. Oh, looking good. There's always horse dung in the middle of country lanes, isn't there? I mean, do people ride a lot of horses on the roads? Love this, going up Blunt Lane. Reminds me of Buster Rhymes. He smokes blunts, doesn't he? Right. Oh, it's a bit more open down here, thank God. What I don't understand is when there's a telephone mast, like there always is in country lanes, I'm still not getting full bars. Why is that? Is it different network? Surely that's a bit of a waste to have like individual towers for individual networks. Why don't they just put them all in the same one? Right, nearly home. Just going past the holly bush. Bit of bush. Oh. More water. Oh, this is very flooded down here. We're out. We're open. Can you see the light? Can you see the light running in my eyes? I'm 18 with a bullet. Bodo, bodo, do, do. Got my finger on the trigger. I'm gonna pull it. That is muddy, man. That Volvo. It looks like it's been bloody donutted in fucking lake. Whoa! Big car, big car. Thanks, dude. In your Toyota Land Cruiser. That's got no problem over the puddles, is it? Oh, smells of puff though. I think the geezer is treating himself in there. Oh, blimey. That's hefty. Ugh. Right. All right. Nearly there. Cool, right. Nice one, peeps. Thanks for riding with me. Nearly home now. Sun hasn't gone down completely. Could be worse. Anyway, have a top evening. Enjoy yourself. Adios. See you later.